When the cameras started flashing across Seoul, nobody expected the next headline to carry the name Rose from BLACKPINK beside the words presidential commendation. It sounded unreal, almost cinematic. But the news broke fast. The president of the Republic of Korea had formally recognized Rose for her contribution to Korean culture and global music influence. From that moment, every fan, every news anchor, and every corner of the K-pop world began to hold its breath. What exactly had the president said? What did this award truly mean? Stay right here, because what unfolds next is the story of how a singer from a global girl group became a symbol of national pride. Rosé's journey didn't begin with awards or ceremonies. It began with a soft voice, a dream, and a stage light that refused to fade. From her earliest performances with BLACKPINK, her tone carried something different, fragile and powerful at the same time. Over the years, that voice crossed borders, became part of soundtracks, fashion shows, and emotional moments shared by millions online. And then came the moment that would elevate her story beyond music, the announcement that the president himself would commend her for spreading Korean culture worldwide. Imagine the scene. The National Theater of Korea preparing for one of its most prestigious nights. Journalists arranging their cameras, government officials aligning on stage, fans gathering outside just to get a glimpse. The presidential commendation is not just a medal, it is a statement of legacy, a national gesture reserved for figures who shaped the cultural identity of a generation. Rosé's name on that list sent shockwaves through the entertainment world. She wasn't just another pop star, she was now a cultural ambassador acknowledged at the highest level of government. This moment didn't come out of nowhere. Over the past few years, Rose has built a bridge between K-pop and global artistry. Her collaborations, her fashion influence, and her solo work have made her one of the most recognizable Korean artists in the world. Critics described her voice as a blend of elegance and melancholy, a sound that could move people even when they didn't understand the lyrics. That universal emotional connection is what turned her into a symbol, one powerful enough to earn recognition not just from fans but from the state itself. As the president took the stage at the Cultural Awards ceremony, the atmosphere became electric. The crowd quieted, waiting for the moment her name would be spoken. The announcement echoed through the hall, recognition for her outstanding contribution to the spread of Korean popular culture. In that single sentence, a nation's pride met global admiration. Rose stood with humility, her expression reflecting both disbelief and gratitude. Cameras captured the emotion. Millions online replayed it over and over. Let's pause for a moment. If you're watching this video right now, ask yourself, how many artists in history reach this point, where their passion becomes part of their country's identity? If you've ever been inspired by Rosé's voice, by BLACKPINK's journey, or by the rise of K-pop itself, hit that like button, because what comes next is more than just a story. It's a reminder of how dreams can echo through nations. After the applause, after the official words and photos, the deeper story begins. For Rose, this recognition is not an ending but a new chapter. It represents years of discipline, resilience, and staying true to her art. Many recall her early interviews where she admitted struggling with self-doubt. Yet she always returned to music. Every rehearsal, every recording session, every sleepless night on tour. That perseverance turned into something greater than fame. It became influence. And that influence, today, is officially acknowledged by the Korean government. As fans celebrated online, global media picked up the story. Headlines described her as K-pop's cultural pride. Social networks overflowed with messages from Blinks around the world. Some wrote about how Rosé's success gave them courage to pursue their own dreams. Others simply expressed tears of joy seeing their idol honored by her own country. It's this collective emotion, millions of hearts beating in sync, that transforms a music award into a cultural milestone. Halfway through this story, you might be wondering, what did the president actually say? While official statements remained formal, The sentiment was clear. The government recognizes artists who elevate the nation's image through creativity and passion. In ROSÉ's case, it means she embodies the modern Korean spirit, global, innovative, and authentic. And even though the speech was brief, its impact will last for years. The image of Rose standing under the national emblem, receiving that citation, is already being replayed across television networks and online tributes. Now, picture this next frame in your mind. The spotlight fades slightly, and Rose steps away from the podium. She looks at the medal in her hands, smiling quietly. Behind that smile lies every late-night rehearsal, every tear shed behind the stage, every message she wrote to fans saying thank you for believing in her. This is the human side of the artist, a reminder that the brightest stars are still made of effort and hope. If you're still here watching, don't go anywhere yet, because the story isn't only about recognition, it's about responsibility. After receiving such an honor, Rose becomes an even stronger representation of how Korean pop culture connects people. The president's acknowledgement symbolizes a bridge from Seoul to the world, from music to diplomacy, from fandom to national pride. This is cultural evolution written in real time. And what does this mean for Blackpink as a whole? It strengthens their legacy. Every member has contributed to spreading Korean music across continents, but moments like this carve their names into history. They've performed at Coachella, represented global brands, and now stand within the pages of Korea's cultural records. That is not luck, that is impact. For creators, dreamers, and fans alike, ROSÉ's story is a signal that art still matters, that sincerity can travel farther than language, and that one person's dedication can inspire millions. Whether you're watching from Indonesia, the Philippines, America, or Europe, this moment belongs to all who've believed that K-pop is more than entertainment. It's emotion, unity, and shared humanity. If you're enjoying this journey and want more stories that uncover the real depth behind K-pop icons, make sure to subscribe, because this channel exists to celebrate not gossip, but greatness. And remember, your engagement helps these stories reach more fans who need a reminder that dreams can be powerful enough to move presidents. As the closing credits of that night's ceremony rolled, the cameras caught one final frame, Rose waving to the audience, a small tear in her eye, the national emblem gleaming under the lights. That image will stay with us for years, a snapshot of pride and humility intertwined. Maybe someday, Rose will speak about what that moment truly meant to her. Until then, the world will keep watching, replaying, celebrating, and whispering the same words that echoed through Seoul on that unforgettable evening. The President of Korea has spoken, and the world is listening. SO before you scroll away. Take one last look at this story. Share it, comment what Rose means to you, and keep spreading the message that music and culture can unite us beyond borders. Because when art moves a nation and a nation moves its leader to speak, we are witnessing more than fame. We are witnessing history being written in real time. And maybe, somewhere out there tonight, a young dreamer is listening to ROSÉ's voice, whispering to themselves that someday they too will be seen, heard, and recognized. That is the real power of this moment. It's not about the medals, not about the stage lights. It's about how one voice from Korea became a universal language of hope. And as long as that voice keeps singing, the story will never end.